Pictures.
Welcome to a very special episode
I'll
of
show you my junk.
um Taco Bell reviews.
God, this is the best Taco Bell I've ever had.
It's special because we're not in a Taco Bell this time. It's pretty cool.
Nor are we eating Taco Bell.
Cut that.
Mr. Obvious here. No, you ruined my jokes. You ruined my jokes. You get from.
You deserve.
What jokes?
We just saw Monster Hunter. Your favorite movie?
Who are you talking to? Your favorite?
Me.
This one. Anyway,
I'm not actually. This fucking chair is garbage.
you are short. Okay. Anyways, we saw Monster Hunter, and it was real bad.
Real good.
Film student over here thinks
Film graduate. It was real.
film graduate.
How's your
here.
job going?
Real good.
What job?
Real good.
Porn.
Yeah, I didn't fucking think so. You don't have a film job.
Porn isn't open right now.
Yes, it is.
No.
Pornhub isn't.
Pornhub.
Yeah, it is. It's still open.
Not in my heart.
I just looked at this
At-
morning.
Were,
It's,
were any of you affected by that? Because I wasn't.
But
Yeah,
what?
all my
Pornhub.
sweet hair by Trace of feet videos on there are gone.
Well, that would be. Well, that
This is
would
the
be-
worst Taco Bell review ever. I'm
the
not
3
cutting
terabytes
it.
you've already downloaded are gone from Pornhub. Therefore, you lost them.
Mr. Hub came to my house and deleted my computer.
Mr. Hub. Mr. Hub himself.
I've just been using X videos, which sucks because
Mr. Hall.
That is such a good review of Monster Hunter.
Well, we disagree. Hey, so we have
okay,
Monster
Monster
people who didn't like it, and the camp people who liked it.
and the
And
camp
the people that didn't like it, and the geniuses.
and the people who didn't like it
The two
are the
film
ones who have
students.
are the ones who have played the most. the two who didn't like it, me and
Stop
Nick.
stabbing your fucking burger with fries. You're a fucking idiot.
The ones who didn't like it were the ones who have played the most Monster Hunter, even though I don't really like Monster Hunter. But this guy does. Not him, the other one. He's too short to be on camera. Look at him.
You don't like Monster Hunter because you're cultured.
Because I played too much Dark Souls.
You're Western.
I'm wasted.
I liked
Western.
it. Me and Trenton over here liked
Yeah.
it.
You guys liked it.
The people that went to film school.
The only two who went to film class before. So I guess that can say enough about this review.
No.
Why were you
It
fucking
doesn't.
stabbing your burger?
It doesn't say that. The fucking movie was
You're trying
god
to dip it in
awful.
your burger.
Okay, so the movie,
First-
you think
the
they would
first
hunt
3
monsters?
minutes had like the worst jump cuts I've ever seen. It's terrible slowdowns. You could fucking tell what the hell was happening.
Well, the
Yeah.
ending. Well,
Have
I
you
knew.
seen Resident Evil: The Final Chapter?
I
Same
knew
thing.
that-
Is
think
this
it was gonna-
is this the same movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this Resident Evil?
Pretty much.
Kill yourself.
No, it wasn't. Resident Evil made no sense. This movie made a little bit of sense.
Did it? No. I mean, they go into a fucking mountain in the middle of the day. 2 minutes pass, they start freaking out, and it's fucking nighttime.
Yeah.
Just to set up the whole part where the fucking Nursilla are scared of the sun. That don't
I
make
do.
no fucking
It
sense.
felt like Riddick. That's what I have to say about it.
I haven't
The
seen
beginning.
Riddick. I've seen Babby Riddick. But anyways,
You're terrible again.
this movie was bad because a lot of reasons.
Yeah, they won.
Most it was too long.
No one.
It was way too long. It felt like an hour. It was both too long and too short.
Yeah.
It was like that's a good shot.
Not
it,
really
was-
long
it
enough,
was
really.
like it was like 10. It was like
really 10.
it was a 10. It was really okay. First of all, are the Monster Hunter games scary, Nick? What do you say?
No,
is scary?
what the
Yes.
fuck?
Are they
They're
really
made by
scary?
Japanese people,
They
so
really,
yeah.
they're really scary. It's really horrifying that they implant eggs in them. Well, that's what the first like 30 minutes of this movie was like trying to be scary, trying
They're
to
not
be a horror
scary,
movie,
they're like intense.
trying to make it
Yeah,
real
they're
fucking
Intense,
scary.
But they're good monsters.
Home. It's a tent. Home. So it's like they did that.
Where the fuck was the
Wait,
Chinese
wait.
joke?
Chocolate, chocolate, yeah.
Really.
Where the fuck was the Chinese
Only
joke?
Monster Hunter fans get that. Only Monster Hunter fans
Yeah.
get that.
But really, the real question is, how did that chocolate not melt?
No, I fucking pointed that shit out right away. The instant she took it out, I'm like, that shit's melted as fuck. And it came out perfect.
He
Like,
should have eaten the
that's-
wrapper.
And then
He didn't know what it was.
No one likes Hershey chocolate either, so no one would say it was good.
I like it.
I like Hershey chocolate. Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Fuck you.
I guess you need to dislike Hershey
Also,
chocolate.
the
What do you
fact
think about
that
Hershey
she-
chocolate next?
Okay.
Zach. Okay.
Quit calling Zach Nick.
You're the same person. You're the same person.
You're
You're the same person. You're the same person. Look. When I see people wearing glasses, they all merge together. He should have ate the wrapper. All I'm saying is this movie would have been more realistic if he ate the wrapper when he was eating the
He's
chocolate.
still a
Yeah, he
person.
doesn't
He's
know
still
what the
a
fuck it is.
No, that he was not a person. He was a Monster Hunter man from the Monster Hunter universe.
When you see the candy you don't know, do you eat the wrapper? It's fucking right, you do. So of course you would try.
Shit.
Yeah, checkmate, card.
Does candy exist in the Monster Hunter world usually?
Hey, Lord Master.
No, it doesn't.
Another part that killed me, I know we're jumping around, was when they were drinking, I assume it was the health potions, or maybe it was beer, I don't know what it was. They were like drinking, they were drinking,
Probably just alcohol.
and she's like, it's not chocolate, haha, and they're drinking it. He takes a sip and he goes like, and then, yeah, he goes like, and then it cuts.
And it cuts, but then like it echoes. His like scream echoes on.
He
It's
went,
really good.
and then it cut, and oh my god. I
How
was
do you not
so
enjoy
sorry.
this movie? It sounds like you enjoy it. It's hilarious. It was the best watch ever.
I enjoyed parts of it, and they were entirely Ron Perlman. Just
And the
look,
Catman.
he looked like he was dressed like Cloud Strife, but he's like 70 years old. It looks like he's going to an anime convention.
He is the most out of place character.
He was so out, like he was.
That's why I thought he was like maybe like.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie where a character looks so out of place that I laugh every single time they're on screen. It never became.
fucking crying.
It never became not funny every time he appeared on screen. How out of place he was. I would laugh every time. Nick was crying. I was near crying. It was fucking good.
Yeah,
Did you just sit stone faced the whole time? Like,
what?
you just sat stone faced the whole time, like you were watching Godfather, and then you got up and you were like, "That's a 10 out of 10."
As a film graduate, you can't enjoy films.
You didn't finish The Godfather, so you're not really a film graduate. You
I
only
mean, that's
did-
what everyone else in the theater did. They just sat there, don't face on the left,
they did.
don't stage.
Alone. 2 other people went, and they were both single people just going to see this movie alone.
And one each had the same row as us.
They're fat neckbeards.
They weren't.
We should ask
Oh,
them.
my.
We should have got them. But next one we do, we'll get the people that we saw with, and we'll ask some random people.
Yeah, I want to hear what they had to say about it.
You're crazy, man.
Yes, you did actually.
I think about even post COVID, I think if I start filming a selfie as soon as we get out of the theater and start running up to people and be like, "What do you think of the movie?" They're just gonna fucking
Riley,
punch.
you're too socially awkward to ever.
They're gonna
There's
punch me in
no
the face.
fucking way
He'll
you
run
ever
up to
do
a female and be like,
My queen.
I'll run up to the people and be like,
that. No problem.
I'll go up to a female. I'll be like, "Hi," and she'll say, "Hi," and I'll say, "Thank you."
No problem.
Thank you for responding to me. And then I'd ask how she thought of the movie, and she'd say one word, and I go, "Oh my god,
Oh, I lost.
I lost." Oh, I just lost. Oh, I just lost.
Oh, I just peed my.
Oh, I just- Anyways, I had more to say about this movie. The cauterized wound was stupid. We all agree.
Great.
Stupid.
literally just one check.
They start the movie in one spot with a bunch of people we don't care about. They all die right away.
I like the guy that put no emotion in his voice. The black one. No,
Link?
I don't know what his name was.
Link from Brent and Link.
Oh, Zelda.
Yeah.
Lincoln Zelda.
Why would you turn the camera to Trent?
I turned Trent because I didn't want it on me anymore. Now it's on you. Fuck you.
I'm not talking. Well, I am now. Hi.
I hated.
When I say we enjoyed
felt
this movie,
so long.
it was like enjoyably bad.
Yeah.
No, it was enjoyably good.
Which is what I wanted. I wanted it to be enjoyably bad because I knew it was going to be bad.
It's a Wes Anderson movie. We all know it's gonna be good.
It was a
I-
Wes Anderson movie.
The best one yet.
I knew it was going to be bad, but I had hope that I could have been wrong. I wasn't
You
wrong,
fool.
and it was bad.
I kind of had hopes too because I watched
I'll
the
fucking
Chinese.
kill you.
I watched the Chinese trailer where everything that's shown is like game stuff, and it even shows the palico. I'm like, palicos are gonna be in this movie. They're like the one thing I like about Monster Hunter. Because I'm a fucking furry.
Yeah,
And it's,
explain what
um,
palicos are.
They're the
Cat
cats.
boys.
Cats.
They're not usually that buff. There's none
I was
that are that
also-
buff.
Yeah, there's
I was also
Okay.
excited to see them because I was like, this will be good.
normally,
They showed.
normally the ones you take on or take with you on missions aren't buff, but the chef is.
Why did Ron Perlman talk English to her, punch her in the face, put her in a cell, only for her to break out
And everyone be completely
to
fine.
see the cat and then be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yep, sorry, I guess we misjudged."
That's really stupid. Yeah.
Why did Ron
I
Perlman
feel
speak
like-
English? I was too busy laughing. There was literally
I feel
there wasn't much dialogue in this movie, and like
Would you have laughed more if he spoke their language?
yes.
Just Spanish for no fucking.
I think Ron Perlman is the
What's
first.
the language even?
I think Ron Perlman's the first person you see in this movie. Like when they're on the boat in the
I
beginning.
think, yeah. Just Ron
We were
Perlman.
laughing at that point.
I was laughing.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, oh no, that doesn't.
How did they get that motherfucker? I didn't see Capcom's name at all, by the way. Did the Resident Evil
What?
movie start with Capcom?
No.
Okay. I guess they just don't like to brand their movies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't brand this.
Because you go see like Ratchet and Clank, they have like PlayStation everywhere. You go see the Sonic movie, Sega.
Out of the 17 pop-ups before the fucking movie started, because there's so many people working on it, Capcom wasn't one
By
of
the
them.
way-
And I don't blame them.
One of those was Toho, which I didn't know worked on it.
Yeah, you know. Do you know who Toho is, film student?
I got excited because I thought the monsters were going to be people in suits. They weren't.
The monster
Yeah,
CG
Toho hasn't changed since the 50s and all.
Monster
Can you
CG
blame
was
me for
alright.
being upset?
What?
Yeah, the CG was actually pretty good. The monsters.
CG was good.
Oh, the monsters, yeah.
Yeah.
They were fine. They looked good.
The CG was good. The monsters looked good. As far as I know how they look in the games and shit.
I don't know any of the monsters from Monster Hunter, so
I
I'm
know-
gonna say these are pretty good adaptations.
You don't know
of monsters.
You don't know the Gara Cruz? What's the actual name?
Look, Garrett.
No, what you got going on here is a really artistic vision.
The actual
right?
name of the actual name of the monster that appeared in the movie, or the Lagera Cruise?
What is the actual name for the Gara Cruz? I'm gonna rise like the sun over this mountain.
And
Ted Cruz?
No,
people just call it the Laggy, but it's the Laggy-Acros.
Lagiacros.
Us.
What
Leg-
they called it in the movie-
Lagiacros.
What they called it in the movie, and it actually like the movie like slowed down in frames. Shut up.
Yeah, I got that joke. Now, what were the monsters that we got? We had Diablo 3, that's the Immortal. We had Spider Boy.
Diablo Immortal's not canceled, by the way. It is coming.
Good.
It's in beta. Are you testing it? You can't say.
You can't say.
Just
But blink
nod
twice.
3 times.
No, don't do it.
Blink.
The same thing as
No,
saying it.
no, no one would know. Just blink twice.
You're a moron.
Anyways,
I'll close my eyes and you can blink 3 times to see.
That doesn't fucking make sense.
Look into my eyes and tell me I'm not like it.
stop. Okay,
Damn.
guys, I
We're
hate you.
playing it.
I hate you guys.
I broke
So
an NDA once.
it was okay. First of all, it wasn't actually a normal Diablo. It was a black Diablo, female.
Oh,
it?
even worse.
I know. Female is gross.
The one thing I didn't want. I was really happy there was no people in the movie. So you're
They
picking
don't travel in packs. That's just stupid. There's not that many of them.
They do
come
move in
out-
here.
They come out in a day.
They were. They in a pack. They was only one.
You guys, like, how were you not fucking bored? The first hour of this movie is just them in a cave, and they come out at night, and then it's daytime, and they do some other stuff, and then they
No,
come, they fight. They fight for 12 minutes.
The movie was
and then
rather
they're best friends.
blah.
Yes, but there's editing in that movie.
Until her and the Asian guy, whatever his name was, I don't think
The Hunter.
Chinese.
The Hunter.
That's his canon name.
Is that his canon?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the credits he's credited as Hunter, and Ron Perlman's the Admiral.
And when Hera and him finally like met,
Make out?
when they fight for like 20 minutes and then just
That was
like, start
bad.
working together and start joking around, that was amazing.
When they
Yeah,
started,
the editing in that
I
scene
thoroughly,
was,
I thoroughly enjoyed the over the top fighting and the.
I want to count how many frames went during their first fight. How many frames? I mean, how
Those
many
fights.
cuts there was because
There's at least 20.
it was
Where are you going?
there was
Jack?
more than 20.
Yeah, it was a trip to Casa de meme too. That cast to go upstairs.
It was bad.
It's a fact.
It was a very entertaining movie, and to prove it to you, I'm going to jump off this.
Get off my head!
Do it, coward.
Do it, pussy.
Do it.
Survive that hole.
Do it, coward.
Well, if I go head first, I'm dead.
Go ahead first then.
Do it, coward.
Kill yourself.
Do it. Do it. Oh, he did it! Oh my god!
Zach is
Okay.
dead.
I can't believe he did it. Wow.
Oh god.
Damn.
Yikes.
Hold on, he's getting up
And
now.
he stuck the landing.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Wow.
That was pretty good.
Thanks.
See that? That was good editing, Wes Anderson.
Kevin
I didn't even have to
director of the
do
movie.
anything.
Director of the movie, Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson, Paul Wes. Okay, this has been also the longest review, and we still haven't talked about like anything, even though nothing happens in this
They
movie.
fight for 20 minutes.
They fight nothing. Okay, that's what I was saying.
It's entertaining.
They get back
for
to
me. I
where,
don't
they
know
get back
why.
to where they started, like an hour into the movie, except now. What? Diablos isn't there, I guess.
Yeah. El Diablo.
God, they've used that same fucking. You pointed out they used the same shot of the lightning tower so many fucking times, and they never got closer. They would keep showing it, and if you keep showing something that they're heading towards, you'd think it would get closer to show you're making progress.
They keep
but-
showing it, but they change the fucking surrounding every time that they do it.
Who's that?
My wife. My queen. Our wife.
Oh, Resident Evil. Yeah, Mila Jovovich is hot, I guess.
She has like lipstick on in the whole movie, and like just as a soldier, she probably wouldn't. At the start, she probably wouldn't, but she has makeup on.
Zach, don't make fun of his queen. Don't make fun of our queen, okay?
She's gonna call.
Who's queen?
She calls you ma'am, and she's a girl, but she still makes it sound bad.
That was awful. The whole beginning with the.
It would have been
was
so
awful.
much better if they had the Chinese joke.
Why?
But they cut it.
What would
They
have been?
cut it.
Was it at
Give
that point?
us the Chinese cut. Give us.
Was
the
it at that
Chinese
point?
cut.
Yes.
Did she say some like awful slur to him? And
No,
he's like,
no,
she's
no,
a
no,
woman,
no,
but she
no.
still
Do you
makes
not
it sound
know?
funny.
Do you not
No,
know?
I don't.
Go on, say it.
Okay.
Tell jokes.
So they cut the entire scene where they're actually they're driving. Right? She's driving and he's in the passenger seat, and he says something about like, oh, he's like, look at these knees. These are Chinese. That's it. That's the fucking joke.
And the
That was the flare.
Chinese got mad. They
That was
got
the flare that got-
pissed.
And it got cut out of the movie.
And the actor
That's
was
good.
like, "I am a Chinese man, and I was trying to show that I was I was trying to show my heritage. I was proud to say the Chinese joke."
I don't know where it would have come into the movie because he never really learned how to speak English.
No, not that one. It was the other one.
Yeah.
The one who died, the first one that died. He died instantly.
Yeah,
He
one
was
of the soldier
soldiers.
boys.
One of the
He's in
soldiers
the
was
gun.
Chinese.
He's in the gun on the little buggy, and he gets crushed by the buggy when the Diablos.
That was kind of cool when Chris Pratt got stabbed in the back and was like foaming at the mouth and
Pratt.
blew up. He looked like Chris Pratt.
Oh, it reminded me of if you remember the scene in Kong Skull Island, and the guy like tries to commit suicide with grenades and like jumps in the monster's mouth and then blows up. And it, but
I
it's
don't-
like real, but that.
What kind of knees are these? Chinese.
God, why would they cut that? Show him.
It's
best
actually
joke.
bad though.
It's the
But
best
it's
joke.
actually just a stupid joke, and the whole beginning was full of like really stupid
Show him.
jokes.
Show him
No,
the
I
Chinese.
know them.
Okay.
All right, time to watch the
The
quarter.
sand ship was cool right in the opening. All right.
No quartering.
Ron
We already
Perlman
have
was
you
out
here.
of place, but entertaining because he's.
I guess he didn't do anything. He went Rathalos. God, I fucking
He's talking
hated
about-
every time she would.
Actually, edit
when
in-
she
edit
when
in.
she entered. I'm not editing anything. this is uploading right after I finish this.
Rod Perlman coming up and going Rathalos.
Yeah, okay. Let me just torrent the movie.
You
and
could
cut that
probably
scene.
cut. I'm sure it's on YouTube already. Shittily, but you get.
That's true.
Okay. I hated every time they went into the world and out of the world. The
Dude,
terrible
the whole
like
fucking
cut
thing,
thing.
you're just gonna
Me and Nick
drink it?
laughed every time because it would like cut to black and then it would cut back like for a split second. She'd go ooh.
Yeah, like
What was the weird? That was like weird editing in the
what
middle when she
editing
was
was
like
that?
dragging him through the desert, and it was like it would cut to black and then cut out of black and then cut back to black.
Fucking hell, why was he so
It's the same guy
pissed?
that
Why
did
was he so
Resident Evil
pissed when he
Chapter.
got revived?
Because he wanted to fucking die and see his family probably.
You wanted to die and go to the monster.
Me and Nick kept pointing this out as diehard Monster Hunter fans, which I'm not.
Sorry.
Which I'm not at fucking all. I hate Monster Hunter. The fucking wagon, right? Is that what it's called?
the cart.
The cart. Every
When
time
you-
you die in Monster Hunter, you get carted back by either it's the Palicos, right?
Is the power.
You get carted back, and they didn't have the fucking cart. The closest thing they had was her dragging the thing. God, the Palico didn't do anything. It kissed at her, and then that was it.
That was amazing.
It
That
did
was
you. It did a
amazing.
you thing.
And it was amazing. Wasn't it?
No, I wanted more of him.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, and then at the end he appears and
You'll get more in the sequel, idiot.
There better be a sequel. I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, well, guys, we got 6 Resident Evil movies. We're gonna get 6 more.
Get more in the sequel, idiot.
Is it doing good in China now? Because that's the only way that things. Never mind, because Warcraft did good in China, and they didn't get more Warcraft.
Yes, but
so-
yeah, remember, this is Sony, and Sony gave them 6 movies already.
Nipples. Okay.
We're gonna get at least 5 more Monster Hunter movies, and they're all gonna have dumb subtitles. We're gonna get Monster Hunter Apocalypse, Monster Hunter Extinction, Monster Hunter Afterlife, Monster Hunter Retribution, and Monster Hunter Final Chapter.
Well, what would you give it out of 10 for real?
5.
10.
You would give it a 5.
No.
Wow, average. Because 5 out of 10's average.
5 out of 10's failing.
I know.
No.
I am the exact same way.
5 is the average of 0 through 10.
This has
5
been
is the
a
average.
conversation with us for so long. Like,
5 is the average.
okay,
I will fight you on this.
Zach, would you ever recommend a 5 or a 6 or a 7 out of 10 thing to someone?
No, but
Yeah,
that
I
means
will-
average movies. That means I wouldn't recommend.
No,
an
I would
average movie to
recommend a
someone.
6 out of 10.
I would recommend. There's
some-
plenty of good
some-
movies
one.
that I recommend to people before I recommend an average movie to them.
I
Would you
guess.
I would recommend this movie to people.
I can't think of a single thing I've ever given like a 7 that I would recommend to people. Well, maybe like specific things, like I might watch a porn and like be like, that was a 7. I don't actually rate porn.
Boy band?
I should.
That's one.
Boy band.
Boy band. That's what it's called.
Is that the one where it's like
Riley actually has another channel where he uploads a bunch of reviews exactly like this,
All
but
right,
it's
this
just
is going
saying
into
it's about
this.
porn.
I uploaded on Pornhub.
Shit.
Is it gone?
What would you give it out of 10?
That's happened.
Yike.
6.5.
Actually, I'll give it whatever I gave it Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Oh man, I loved it. It was so funny. 6.5.
Well, okay.
5. I have to like compare it to what I gave every individual Resident Evil because it was better than most Resident Evils, but not as good as.
Alright, I can change it to 5 because that's what Apocalypse has.
So it's like a 3.5 or a 4. 3.5. 3.5 or
That's
4.
what I gave Apocalypse.
I gave Christmas Chronicles 2 a 4, and it was better than Christmas Chronicles 2. So
Really?
actually, it was about as good as Christmas Chronicles 2. It was funnier than Christmas Chronicles 2. I didn't laugh at all during Christmas Chronicles 2. Actually, I didn't.
I feel like
Okay,
is wrong.
I'm gonna keep saying
the
Christmas
only
Chronicles 2.
reason you laughed is because this is so dog shit.
That's true.
Yes, but that's still entertaining. It's like watching Mortal Kombat.
I'm happy
But
with
they
the time
did-
all
Mortal
my
Right,
Kombat,
to
did he
make
make Mortal
dumb
Kombat
shit.
Annihilation 2? Did he make Mortal Kombat 2? Or did he just do the first one?
He produced it, I'm pretty sure.
Just the first one.
But like, it's like watching that or The Room, where it's like bad, but you laugh.
The
It's good.
problem is
Not really. It was boring. It was boring.
enjoyed it
It was
the
really
movie-
boring for
the
like
movie
3/4
doesn't
of it.
get better because it's bad at its own expense. They never made it to be bad.
Well, they didn't make a lot of these other movies to be bad either.
And the Resident Evil
3/4 of the movie was
Holy
boring.
shit.
I didn't expect it to be boring. I expected it to be bad and laughably bad, but it was boring. Like I was bored. Me and Nick were like, you leaned forward at one point and you were like, oh my fucking god.
When he was, it was like there was a good bit with her and him.
Making
When they
out.
were planning, when they were fighting and then planning.
When they were doing the Monster Hunter stuff of like crafting,
Yes.
and
that
he
was good.
and he takes the needle thing out, crafts it, and he looks at the camera and goes, needle.
Fucking
That was good. Then they had the fight, which was fine, and then the movie should have ended, but then it dragged on for another like ever. But then we got more
wasn't
Ron
even
Perlman
Oh
and
god,
Cass.
and there was a fake out ending. I don't know if it was actually supposed to be, but it's like mid-fight, we just talked about this in the bathroom. Mid-fight, fighting Rathalos, she goes back to the main world, and I thought that was gonna be it.
I knew for a fact the rest of them didn't come and take out that helicopter.
I didn't know that, but I was gonna
Yeah,
fucking
we
cry.
I do.
I looked at you and I'm like, are they gonna fucking bring the monster back to their world?
I guess they did.
In Monster
I
Hunter,
didn't
is there
do.
any interdimensional travel? Or is it
No.
all-
It's a whole-
yeah.
So it's not,
I,
okay.
in
No, they
Monster
don't go
Hunter
to the
World,
real
probably
world.
not, because they now have Monster Hunter
I
Cross
wasn't
Monster
sure.
Hunter World content.
I do
Monster
wanna
Hunter
play,
World is finally a good game.
I still want to play Monster Hunter World.
I
Give it a shot.
I will just to play through the Monster Hunter
Monster
20
Hunter World
movie.
to people that haven't played it is the best game.
For people who haven't played Monster Hunter World think Monster Hunter World is the best game.
It's true.
People that haven't played any Monster Hunter, they're going to like Monster Hunter World the most.
Don't most Monster Hunter fans think World is the best also?
Not necessarily.
Or the original Monster Hunter in the PS2 is probably the
It
best
does-
one.
Hold on, you said 3 sucks. Try. On the
Try
Wii.
sucks big fucking dick.
Wrong.
You didn't like 3 Ultimate either.
Try what?
3 Ultimate was better because it was like an enhanced version.
And you didn't
of
like
3.
Generations.
Generations.
Are you even a Monster
wasn't-
Hunter fan?
Generations wasn't that great for you as a masterpiece.
That's the one I have.
Is that the one you played all the time on the bus?
Yes.
Yes.
On the
For You is the one that I've played the most. Even though I feel like I barely played it, I probably have like 20 hours in it.
Is there a better version?
I have
the
the
DS
DS
one because the DS one looked bad because you like walk 2 feet and it like load or something.
The DS one.
That's one you played, right?
It was 3DS.
What?
So-
PSP.
PSP. PSP.
But there's no
was,
games for PSP.
That's the original
Freedom.
Monster Hunter, right?
No, original
Freedom
PS2.
Unite?
Freedom Unite was the first one on PSP, but there's Monster Hunter. Like Monster Hunter
Which
Freedom.
one?
But there's also Monster Hunter.
So what? For You and World
Is this
are
still
the best?
is this still going?
Yes.
Yeah.
For You.
Well,
and
well,
World.
whenever we're not even really movie.
We're talking about Monster Hunter. Fuck
For,
you.
It's high
for
end.
You is absolutely my favorite.
Okay, cool.
But I mean, I still like World.
Maybe I'll go back and try For You again.
I won't.
But I didn't. I wasn't crazy. But you still like World though. I'll try
Yeah,
World
World
if it
is-
goes on. My PC can probably run World now, and it probably goes on sale for like $10. Why am I talking about this in the review?
Yeah.
That's what this
go
movie did.
To the Monster Hunter movie content now.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Hey, don't
they-
mess with my son, Zach.
Did they add Mila
That's my
Jovovich?
son.
Did they add Mila Jovovich?
Is like this? Your penis is like that?
All right, I'm ending it here.
dick's only like 2 inches.
It's like Akira.
That's his penis.
I was talking about this. The fatter you get, the smaller your dick gets.